guys, it's Monday morning. I think it's 10 past 5 a.m. on my side. So what I'm looking at now, I'm looking at gold's correction to the bit of upside, even though we know that we are still gonna dump and come to 3,500, because that's where this whole consolidation is leading to. Yes, the central banks are buying physical gold again, but this is where we are coming. This is where we are coming down here. But we are not just gonna drop all the way down here. There's gonna be some consolidations which are gonna happen, and then we're gonna drop after that. Okay. So these are the levels or the zones that I've marked here, which are the potentials or the strongest zones that we have. Okay. So this area here, we almost tapped on it, but we didn't, which means that when we come, we're gonna sweep below it and then retest to come down here. So weekly, let's go to the weekly time frame. So weekly, you can tell that gold reversed and then closed with this bullish candlestick, which does signal a reversal. Okay, but where is this reversal gonna be leading to? We might target just below here, or exactly around 4,400, and then we start dropping from there. Okay, this is the possible next drop for gold, but we have to find out what do we have here which is gonna be convincing for gold to start dropping. Okay, so what I'm also gonna do is to mark this week's the previous week's high. Okay, let me see if it's okay. It's level. So we're gonna mark the previous week's high. Okay, and then we're gonna leave the low as it is, because I don't think we're gonna go down this week. I don't think we're gonna start by going down. The only down movement that I'm gonna be calculating, or that I'm gonna be on the lookout for, I kind of want to just level this line here. Perfect. So the only push to the downside on the weekly, still not level. The only push to the downside on the weekly, we started by sweeping the high. Although a lot of people might be expecting that we have to go for the low, which is not the case at this scenario, because we are also looking at this liquidity up here. We have all this liquidity up here. Okay, so what we are gonna be on the lookout for now, we gonna measure this candlestick. Forget about the whole range of it, just this range here. Okay, and this is the area that I'm gonna be on the lookout for. My trades for this week, they have to come like below. The moment it crosses below here, that's where I'm gonna look for the trades. From here going down, sells, I see only sells coming down to this area here. This is the potential zone, which we are gonna see like the 50% of this body, the previous week's body. That's where we gonna start to see some reaction. So if we were to just take like the Fibonacci and then measure it from here, you can see that the 38% is down here on the discounted zone, which is also around this line here. So this is the area I'm expecting to see a tap and then a reversal, which is gonna be just below 4,100. Okay, between 4,120 to 4,100, I'm gonna be on the lookout for that, for us to continue up. Let's go on the daily. So like I said, on the daily, you can see that we are on a downtrend, right? And then the other thing that people might tend to ignore is this internal one here. This trend is also important. It's also important to be looked upon. Okay, let's go on the and before we go on the 4 hours. So this is where we are gonna be on a lookout for, like just below here, a tad below, which means that today we might drop. Tomorrow when we open, it's when we're gonna open tap below here before we start pushing up, in which there's still a possibility of just coming up here and hit this resistance and start dropping from there without coming all the way up to 4,400. There's still a possible drop right around here. It's possible. We're gonna come down, we're gonna go up, and then we're gonna drop. That's what we are gonna be looking for in this case. So let's see what we have around here. Okay, structure shift, break of structure, and then the 4 hours OB. Okay, but I don't think we're gonna, but I see drops, I see sells, coming. Let's go on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so now here it's where all the magic is gonna start happening. This is where we are gonna be focused on. So we could tell already that this support trend that we have here, it's broken. But do we jump in to say we have a trade immediately? No. And what I'm also loving is that the previous week high was taken out here, not just once but twice. We came to sweep there just to validate that we are no longer going up, we are gonna be looking for push downs. Okay, so the reason I said I'm gonna be targeting below this line here, you can see how this liquidity come all the way down here. We do have like an area which was not mitigated here, which I'm gonna be gunning on to push up. Okay, I will show you that when we go to lower time frames. So what we want to see now, we want to see this low, this rejection that happened before the closing. We want to see that rejection being taken out. Okay, we want to see the market taking out this rejection and then creating something for us to get that entry. You see, between here and this low here, let me do this. So this is where I'm gonna be looking for myself. Okay, the moment we break below the retest in between here, that's where I'm gonna be looking for push downs. That's where I'm gonna be looking for sells going to the downside. Okay, so if we go to the 15 minutes time frame, you can see what I'm talking about and how this trend is aligning. Okay, this is perfect, and also how we broke there, it's perfect. But what a lot of people might tend to ignore, this trade is not yet bearish until we clear this level here. That's what we are gonna be on a lookout for. We need to break and we need to retest. The moment we break and retest there, that's when we're gonna have what, a trade to say now we have a trade to push to the downside. Okay, and then our first target is just gonna be below here. Okay, so this is an area that I'm talking about, that we have a lot of liquidity in which if the market is to reject and go up, it's gonna trade below this area here. You can see how the market consolidated there. We're gonna trade below there before it reverses. But if we break, if we find ourselves breaking below there, then we are gonna be trading all the way down back to 3,940. That's what we are gonna be targeting. Okay, but for now, when we take our trades, we are gonna be just moving from here and then targeting this lows here and then see how the market will play out after that. Okay, so what we are waiting for, it's a break and a retest. Okay, and then we can take a trade. Then SL there, first TP is gonna be there, and then your last TP is gonna be down there. Okay, and this is what we are gonna be on the lookout for. Okay, about the coordinates of the trades. These are the coordinates. We're gonna be looking for a trade in between 4160 to 4162 with the stop loss of around 4176. Then our target, our final target, is gonna be 4091. That's what we are gonna be targeting. Drop, a retest, and then we sell it. Okay, break, retest, we sell it. You can see how the market looks on both time frames. You can just see that we are indeed bearish. I was also looking at the DXY. The DXY might be a little bit out of the sync when we are looking at the correlation of this, but this area up here, this is where the DXY might still reject and push down. Okay, we might still see it rejecting the up and push down, or it might go for this target, might go all the way up here. Okay, it might go all the way up there. So on the DXY, push and reject there to come here before buying, or we can see it rejecting all the way up here to come down here before buying. So those are the things that I know that we are gonna be on a lookout for when we are looking at the DXY. Okay, and then if the DXY is buying, we both know that our precious metal is gonna be dropping. It's gonna be on a sell. Looking at the yields, just to confirm the pressure on it, we can see that the yields are still trading outside. Let's go on the 4 hours. They are trading outside of this structure now. We just want to see if they are gonna be able to maneuver about our 200 moving average. If we can break above that, we're gonna know that the momentum and the strength of this push is gonna be strong. And the other thing that I see is the fact that once we break, we are gonna have a leg like this. We're gonna push like this on the yields. Okay, so if the yields are gonna be pushing like that, then we're gonna have a bit of pressure on gold, which is gonna drive it down to 3,500 that we are looking for. We're gonna have a lot of pressure on it. So that's why now I'm saying all we want to see is a break there and then a retest, and then we do have a trade after that. That's all that we want to see. We just want to see a break, a retest, and then we're gonna have a trade after that. We clear this area here. We have a market structure shift. We look for OBs which are gonna form here, or just FVGs that we can form here, and then we're gonna take trades based on that. Okay, so that's what we are gonna be on the lookout for. Nothing much. We are not gonna force anything which is not there. We just have to wait for what I'm saying now here, and then we're gonna trade that going to the downside. Okay, that's what we are gonna be on the lookout for. Then looking at the Nasdaq, just gonna do some touch-ups on it. I've been seeing it already. This one is gonna go down from here. Okay, I saw it when we traded below here during NFP. We were trading below, and then we came up for a retest on this structure here. Okay, we came and retest on this structure, and then if you look at our 200 moving average, that's where we tapped. So I won't be surprised if we find Nasdaq trading back to 28,400. Okay, which means that we are going to be looking for a retest somewhere around there, and then our stop loss right above there, and then we can swing it all the way down here. Okay, that's what I'm seeing on the Nasdaq. This is what I see on the Nasdaq side. We are gonna be swinging it like that. There's nothing much that I see rather than that on it. I guess the USD is gonna be downtrending as well. Okay, so this is what I have for you on gold and a bit of indices to validate the strength of the index. If the index are gonna be going down, look at the volatility index here. If the volatility index is bullish, then your indices are bearish. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I'll see you on another video.